Hi everyone. This is a tutorial video for where winds meet, so you can get additional FPS and smoothness for your game. This works for both NVIDIA, AMD, and for others with Intel graphics cards GPU. I'll drop the link on the descriptions for the files you need. You basically need two files. One is called DLSS Swapper. The link is on the description. And then the other one is called optiscaler. Link is on the description as well. So first thing you want to do, once you download both files, install DLSS Swapper. I recommend not installing the files on program files. So create a folder anywhere on your hard drives as long as it's not located on your program files. So you don't have to worry about admin permission. Like for example here, I didn't install it within program files. Once you install DLSS Swapper, when you launch it, it looks like this. You can just leave it for now. Next is optiscaler. When you download optiscaler, open it with either WinRAR or 7-zip. Now, you have to locate where you installed your where WinSmith. Either you've used the light version or the Steam version, the folder structure is similar. If you installed it using Steam, it's located on your Steam folder, Common, and Where Winsmith. If you installed it using the light version, you just have to find the folder for Where Winsmith. You open engine, binaries, Win64, and it should be located where Winsmith exe is located, wwm.exe. Now, all the files from optiscaler, you just have to extract all of this in here. Now, since I already have it installed, I'll do it again for demonstration. So you just extract it. And once the files are extracted, you have to install it first. You have to look for setup underscore Windows, this one. Select DXGI number 1 and then press enter. And then if this shows up, it's because you have it installed already. But in case it doesn't show up, just select Y or yes and then press enter. Now, depending on your graphics card, you select either AMD or NVIDIA. So I'm using RTX 3090. I'll select number 2 for NVIDIA. Now, that's done. I just press any key. And that's it. Now, before you open the game, you look for optiscaler.ini. You can open this with Notepad or any text document software you have. For example, I have Notepad++ here. But for the tutorial, I'll open it with Notepad. Okay. So don't mind the text dump here. You're actually only going to be changing a few things. So under this section called FrameGen, just set it to enable. Now, this is the important part. For FG input source, this will depend on your graphics card. If you have a RTX 20 series or above, so RTX 20 series, 30 series, 40 series, or 50 series, set this to DLSSG, this one. If you have an older graphics card, older NVIDIA graphics card, like GTX 9 series, 10 series, like GTX 1080, GTX 1050, or any AMD NVIDIA cards, set this to FSR FG 30. Okay. So now since I'm using NVIDIA, I change it to DLSSG. Next is selected FG output. If you have a um, NVIDIA RTX 20 series and 30 series, put this to XEFG. If you have um, 40 series and 50 series, RTX 4060, 4070, 4080, or 50 series, set this to auto instead. If you have a lower model NVIDIA, 90 series, 70 series, 700 series, 900 series, GTX 10 series, or older AMD graphics cards, set this to um, XEFG as well. Now, the graphics card I'm using, RTX 3090, doesn't support CryEngine right out of the box. That's why I'm gonna use XEFG to implement frame generation. So basically, these are the two things that you only need to change: the input and the output. Remember that this depends on your graphics cards if you have an NVIDIA, AMD, or Intel graphics card. Now, after you set both three of this, enable, input, and output, just save, either Control S or save. And then you can close this and go to optiscaler, right click, properties, and make sure it's read only. Okay, I have to edit this in. I actually forgot to include the tutorial for DLSS swapper. Okay, so once you have DLSS swapper open, just select where winds meet. If it doesn't automatically find where winds meet, just click add game and look for where the game is installed. And then just go to where winds meet and then select game folder. Basically, the only thing that you need to do here is you select where winds meet. Depending on your graphics card or which graphics card you are using, for NVIDIA, you only have to change the top part. So for DLSS, click the latest version and then click swap. And the preset, select always use latest. And then frame generation, same thing. Latest version, click here, latest version. That's good. And then you can close. That's it. If you have AMD, AMD or Intel graphics card, you do the bottom part. So you just select FSR to 3.1.4, swap, 3.1 to 3.1.4, then swap, and then XESS to 2.0.2.53, and then swap, and then close. That's it for the DLSS swapper, and then you can close it. Okay, back to the continued tutorial. Okay, now I'm gonna launch the game. This will like take a few seconds. Oh, I recommend as well to install your game on a solid state drive, an SSD. It doesn't matter if it's NVMe M.2 or regular SATA SSD. As long as you install it on an SSD instead of HDD hard drive, the game will load very fast. Okay. Now, when you're in game, it it's actually not done yet. Take note of my frame rate. It's like 70, 50. I mean 75 FPS. Wait. Let me expand the FPS counter. As you can see, my FPS is currently like only 83 frames per second. So, what you do is you press, what's this button? Check, wait. I forgot. Shit. Hold on 1 second. I forgot what the button is called. Give me just 1 second. Insert. It's the insert button on your keyboard. When you press insert, it will show up the optiscaler menu. Let me expand this for everyone to see. Let me just give me just 1 second. There's an option here to I forgot how. Oh, there. I just wanna increase the size so it's visible. Okay, there. So remember we selected frame generation. This is the DLSSG because I turned on in the notepad earlier, and XCFG as the frame generation. Now I'm not using any frame generation yet. As you can see here, it's 85 FPS. So you just actually have to click here, active. Now, I did something wrong. So I'm gonna remove first the read only, because you should be adding that after you're done with the settings. So, skip that part. Okay, now press insert and then select active for the frame generation. You can already see like the bump in the frame rate. And then just click save ini. Or if you want your frame rate overlay, you can also click here. And then you can adjust the frame rate as well. Just select save ini, save ini, and then close. And then that's the time you're gonna select the optiscaler and then put it to read only. Now, on settings, you can see on display tab, I have my settings. I'm using an RTX 3090, but you can see I'm able to turn on frame generation. So I'm even using DLAA for DLSS, and I'm getting 164 FPS. And in game, that's like 146. Another guide here. Currently, there's a bug for where winds mean, where if you set the graphics quality to any preset, it actually there's an issue with the game where it's not using the quality. So every time you launch the game, you actually have to put your settings to performance first, then revert it back to which settings you are using. And you'll see why it matters. Earlier, I'm having like 130 FPS, right? Now I'm back to like the max settings, but I set it to performance first before I returned all of the settings. Now you can see I'm tapping my frame rate outside of my monitor's refresh rate. That's because the game has a bug. Whenever you exit the game and you open it, the settings actually reverts to natural. So there are some settings from the game that are not compatible with some graphics card, but it's actually being set to it. So whenever you open the game, if you want like additional 15 to 30 FPS, set your settings to performance first, and then just revert it to which settings you are using. How about if you're already using performance? You just select balance and then return it to performance. And then just select one setting and then revert it. Then you're good. So basically, that's it. I'm sorry if the tutorial video is scuffed or hard to understand. But I'll drop the links on the description, and you can send me like any PM or messages if you need any help or questions. Okay, bye.